Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Power of Attorney. I am your host, Latanya Moore, and so today I am going to be sharing with you that sponsorships are not just for nonprofits, right? They are not just for nonprofits. So lots of people tend to think that when you are talking sponsorship, that you are only talking about nonprofits. That is not true. So I'm going to give you guys a minute, share this video because that's what I'm going to be doing to make sure that we get everyone in who wants to learn about sponsorships, right? So again, you can put your questions. I'm only going to be answering questions about this live, right? Only going to be answering questions about this live. So it is very important that if you are on right now that you get your questions together, because I am going to be talking about how to get sponsorships without being a nonprofit. So y'all ready? Let me know you're ready. Put it in the chat box that you guys are ready while I am sharing this post, and I'm hoping that you guys are going to be sharing this post as well. Again, so that you can take advantage of this, but you can also help your friends who need this as well. So I am just sharing this to a few people, but this is vital, guys. So a lot of people think, I'm just going to kind of jump right in here. A lot of people think that you have to be a nonprofit in order to get sponsors, right? So let me tell you why that's not true. And let me tell you how you know that. Because if you think about like endorsements, you think about all of that, those really are sponsorships, right? When you hear, those of you that hear about the boycotts, right? Or somebody does something wrong and then they say, oh, the sponsors now have pulled their sponsorship dollars. That is what I'm talking about. I am talking about how to do that. Deneen Hogan is doing an empowerment conference. She wants to talk about how to get sponsorships. Well, Deneen, make sure that you have your pen and paper handy right now, because that's what I'm going to be talking about. Again, share this video because we're about to get started. I'm going to go probably extremely fast. There is a lot of information to cover. For those of you that don't get this during the live feed, this feed will be up until 5 p.m. 5 p.m. This feed will only be up until 5 p.m. today, Central Standard Time. So again, you either do it now, you come back later, but you're going to have to get it between now and 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. That is 8 hours. So again, welcome to Power of Attorney. I'm your host, Latanya Moore. I have my handy book here because I want to make sure. So here's the thing: when you're reaching out, when you're doing your outreach to sponsors, you have to think about it just like you think about a marketing plan, right? So how do you find your target market is the exact same way that you find your target sponsors, right? So here's the thing: you must know who exactly is your demographic, right? Or your target market, which means who are the people that are going to be at your event? Who do you want at your event, right? And then, and I'm just saying event because guys, I just had a couple people throw in there that they're going to be doing events. So that's why I'm saying events, but this actually applies regardless of your business, regardless of what you're doing. Everything starts and ends with your target market. Okay, everything starts and ends with that, and everything starts and ends with that demographic. Here's the other thing that you have to know about that. What sponsors either service that demographic or want to service that demographic, right? Because that's how you work back from your demographic to identify your sponsors, right? Well, you may be asking, Latanya, how the heck do I figure out necessarily who my target market is for an event or even for my brand? That's the question you're going to have to answer. But here's some things that you have to ask yourself. How old are they, right? What's their gender? Are they parents? Are they not parents? Where do they live? Where do they shop? What are the things that interest them, right? And then the way that when you look at that, Then you say, what type of products and services do these guys need, right? And then you come back, and once you identify those products and services that those guys need, then you now have the industries where your sponsors are, right? That's quick, right? It's very simple. It seems very simple. But here's the thing. You have got to do the work, because if you do not do the work, it's not going to happen for you. Bottom line, you're going to have to do the work. Okay. After you make those identifying markers that we just talked about, the other thing that you have to ask yourself, or you have to answer, again, this is for the sponsors, how do they make buying decisions, right? Are these the folks that walk into a place and make a purchase? Do they primarily purchase online? Are they what I call loyal brand buyers, which means they typically only deal with brands that they're already familiar with? Lots of information, right? These are things that you really need to know about before you reach your sponsorship. Remember, I tell you guys all the time, due diligence. You need to share this video. For those of you that are just joining me, this video is not going to be up after 5 p.m. today. This is information that's going to get you money for your brand. It's going to get you money for your events. So I'm telling you exactly what you need to do, right? But it's not going to be up here for a long time. This is for the people that are hungry right now. This is for the people that are motivated. This is for the people that are ready. So I'm putting that out there because I'm telling you guys, you really need to share this information. There's enough out there for everyone to benefit. So next thing, right? When do you need the sponsorship, right? If your event is next month, you better get started now. There are very few sponsors that will make a sponsorship decision within 30 days. Sponsorship should be the very first thing that you do as soon as you know the who, what, when, where. You answer those questions. You need to already be seeking sponsors before you even start to advertise for the events. You need to start seeking sponsors before you even advertise for the event. Before people in the public eye even know that you're doing this event, you need to have already sought your sponsors. The timeline is very important. It is crucial to whether you get this money or not, period. Okay? It's very, very crucial. So here's the thing. Last minute, you're not going to get the money, right? These are notes you need to take. If you wait to the last minute, and the last minute is usually 30 days or less, right? 30 days or less. Really, honestly, you should be seeking sponsorships 60 to 90 days. If you have a multiple event that you're doing multiple times a year, right? Ask for sponsorship for the whole year, not just one event. So you have to keep doing the same thing, right? It seems like people would just know that, but you don't. And it's okay if you don't know that. That's why we're doing power of attorney. That's why we're talking about this. And understand, here's the thing that you really need to get about not being a nonprofit. Because when you're a nonprofit and you seek dollars, the first thing that they're going to say is, we've already done all of our charitable giving, right? That's what they're going to tell you, unless you're in there very early. So this is why you have to have another strategy for sponsorships. And that's why I'm telling you, there is a big pot of money. It is called marketing. It is called advertising. That's a whole lot bigger than the charitable budget. Don't be fooled by the fact that nonprofits get sponsorships. There is a small amount of money that is set aside for that. Okay? It's very important that you guys know that. Very, very crucial. I always tell people the best thing to do is at the very beginning of the fiscal year, your sponsorship packet needs to be on that desk, because guess what? They decide, someone actually put this in the comments, they decide an entire year in advance what their giving year is going to look like. Which is why oftentimes when you reach out to them, they'll say, well, we already have it planned, but let me see what we can do. And they'll give you some t-shirts. They may sponsor the photographer, but you may not get any dollars, right? So you must think about that, guys, because brands are getting sponsored all day long. Let me tell you something. When I learned this and I did everything that my sponsorship coach told me to do, which is what I'm sharing with you, right? So I created a sponsorship packet that works. You know how I know it works? Because I've gotten sponsors, right? So you have to think about that, okay? Oftentimes, you just need somebody to tell you what to do and show you what to do and demonstrate, and then you can do it yourself. That's why I encourage people, and I tell people all the time, listen, invest, right? Invest with somebody that can show you what to do. So I just wanted to make sure that I put that out there, right? The other thing is, have you given yourself enough time to get the sponsorship, but also meet your own goal? Again, time is very important. You cannot wait to the last minute. If you know that you are doing an event and it is within 6 months away, the very first thing that needs to go out is your sponsorship packet, even if you don't have the venue yet. Yep, I said it. Even if you don't have the venue, you know the event that you're going to be doing, right? Listen, let me tell you something. My sponsorship packet just says, this is what I'm going to do during the year. It doesn't have dates. It doesn't have times. Sometimes I don't even know like who the speakers are going to be. It doesn't have any of that in it. And I send that out to get that money, because all they need to know is that I'm going to do it and which event they want to sponsor, what do they want to be a part of. And so, like, for example, in my sponsorship packet, which, guys, is available to you as a sample. Well, let me say this. Today, I'm actually giving away my sponsorship packet for you guys to see and use it as a guide and a sample for doing your own. And you'll also get some fundraising letter templates. Now, I'm saying I'm giving them away. It's $35. You know why? Because normally $350, right? Just for you to get the templates. But here's the thing. If you're the type of person that you can sort of look at something, and as long as you know what needs to be in there, you can do your own. That's the type of stuff that you need to do so that you can take advantage of these packages, right? The money is out there. You do not have to struggle. I am doing this because someone asked me to, right? Someone asked me, Latanya, do a show about sponsorship, because I don't think that people know that you can do sponsorships, right? This is somebody that bought my $350 sponsorship sample packet. But here's the thing, that's a whole lot less than working with me. But honestly, seriously, you really need to think about getting sponsors. Oftentimes people do things out of their pocket and they expect that they're just going to make the money back off registrations. And oftentimes that doesn't happen, right? For those of you that like to do things gratuitously, you like to do free workshops, you like to do all these things, sponsorship is a great tool to use, because you don't have to spend your own money, but then you can give away scholarships, right? You can, if you work with kids, you can allow kids to come and be a part of the event for $5 versus $55 or so on and so forth. So why am I telling you all this? I'm telling you this because I want to encourage you to think about sponsorships. Lots of times people do this, right? Oftentimes they say, I don't want to ask for money, and then the sponsor doesn't get what I told them that they were going to get. Well, they are going to get what you told them that they're going to get, because you're going to deliver. No one can guarantee that somebody's going to buy the sponsor's product, but what you are guaranteeing is the access, right? This is why I am sharing my sample packet with you, so that you guys understand the type of things that you can offer that's of value to a sponsor, right? So that you're not sending some willy-nilly letter that's saying, hey, I need $500. You're not going to get it. You have a better chance of getting $5,000 than $500. I know, sounds crazy, but I'm telling you that is absolutely true. It is more likely that you will get $5,000 or even $10,000 versus $500. My sponsorship packet starts at $10,000. There's a reason for that. If you saw it, you would see all the things that they get for the $10,000. Now, I'm just using that as an example, again, which is why I'm making it available to you guys. You just have to click the link in the description section if you want it and you want to do it yourself. So Deneen says that, let's see, her target market, okay, target market, she says she has HHD trucking, so sponsorship, shoes, trucking detail, dispatchers, t-shirts, who, what, when, where, why, decided a year in advance, invest with you, I'm ready. Where's the link? Oh, okay, Deneen, listen, the link is actually, let me see if I can cut and paste it for you real quick, Deneen. The link, I'll put it again in the comment section, but it's in the description section as well. So again, this is a sample for you guys to actually look at, right? Mimic it. I'm giving you permission, right? I'm giving you permission to mimic it. You can't use the exact same thing because it's not, but you will understand how to lay that out. So again, not just that though, you will actually get the fundraising letter templates. This is the outreach. This is stuff that you send to people. You know, you put your own little information in there, right? Make sure you put your own little information in there, and then you send it out to the targets. I told you guys at the top of the hour how to identify your sponsors. I told you guys that at the top of the hour. I'm not going to go back over it. For those of you that are just joining, you're going to have to go back and rewatch the video. For those of you that are just now joining, this video is only going to be up publicly until 5 p.m. For those of you that are members of my 360 Brand Protection Facebook group, the video will be housed in that group, and so will this offer, right? So you have two ways. If you can't do this today, you can become a member of my 360 Brand Protection Facebook group. Let me see if I can put a link there for you guys. And then let me see. I think I can put a link in there. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to actually put a link in the comments again, guys, for the 360 Brand Protection Facebook group. For those of you that are just joining, I want to remind everybody, this video is only going to be up until 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. For those of you on the East Coast, that's 6 p.m. And all the way on the West Coast, that's 3 p.m. Right? So that's why I'm encouraging you to share this video now. For those of you that are members of my 360 Brand Protection Facebook group, I just put a link in the comments. If you're not, you can join that group. That is where not only is this video going to be housed perpetually, but also if you're a member of that group, you will be able to take advantage of the $35 offer where you get my personal sample sponsorship packet, right? My brand sponsorship packet. And you also get fundraising letter templates that you can take, you can modify, put on your own letterhead, and send out to your sponsors. So again, those of you that are joining, I'm encouraging you to share this video. I'm going back through to see if anybody did any comments. So Lisa Riley is a member of the 360 Brand Protection Facebook group. Thank you so much, Lisa. Lisa's hosting the Black Paris Art exhibit and she needs sponsorships. So Lisa, follow those principles that we talked about at the beginning of the hour, right? Follow those principles to identify your sponsors. And then if you don't have a packet already, if you don't have the outreach letters already, I would encourage you to get those samples that we are talking about today. Again, the link, I have a link in the comments, and there's also a link to the package in the description. So again, thank you guys so much for being a part of Power of Attorney. Don't forget, this video will be up here publicly until 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. For those of you that don't think that you may be able to get back during that time, or you may not be able to take advantage of the offer during that time, you must join our 360 Brand Protection Facebook group. There is also a link in the comments. I'm going to go back and put a link in the description section. Thank you so much for watching Power of Attorney this morning. For those of you that are watching on the replay, this offer still stands for you again until 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you joined late and you did not get all of the principles associated with how to identify your sponsors, go back and watch the video from the beginning, take notes, but more importantly, make sure that you implement the plan. So again, thank you so much for joining me for Power of Attorney. Until tomorrow, have a great day.